right, so we are going to be continuing on with your study and understanding of Islam. This is the last religion that we learn about. That started way back in, the early 80s and is still a very large belief system to date. We cannot get into understanding about Islam without learning about a man named Muhammad. Now, Muhammad was born in 570 AD on the Arabian Peninsula, and he was the first person to preach about the religion of Islam. Now, Muhammad is believed to be a prophet and a messenger of God. Muhammad himself was orphaned at a very young age, taken in by his uncle, and then he married a very wealthy widow, and he himself became very successful in business and, was kind of wealthy. But in that sort of environment that he worked in, he saw a lot of greed, he saw a lot of corruption, he was seeing violence going in or on around the area he lived in. And so what Muhammad would do, which, maybe some of you do as well, is he needed to get away. He needed to clear his thoughts, and he needed to kind of meditate or reflect on life. Now, Muhammad did this in a cave. And according to the Islamic belief, there one day as he was kind of reflecting and meditating, an angel appeared. The angel Gabriel appeared. And this was where Muhammad received his first message from God. And it's believed, again, by those who study Islam and follow Islam, that many more messages were given to Muhammad, and those messages were then written down into the Quran, which was the correct answer of the holy book. So yes, I know that was another mistake. I really do try. But so you all did fine with that though. So it is the Quran, their holiest of books. Once Muhammad received these messages, he started to go out, he started to preach these messages in the streets of Mecca. And his message was clear. His message was that there was only one God, and those people should only be worshiping one God. There were not multiple gods. And the God that he is talking about is the same God as that believed in the Judaism belief system and in the Christianity belief system. All the monotheistic belief systems, the main ones, all believe in the same God, higher power, but there are differences in important people, again, in what they study, and again, how they practice their faith. But all of these monotheistic beliefs are deriving from the same God. So he is saying that, there is only one God and that they needed to stop worshiping multiple gods. And he gained some followers, but he also gained a lot of enemies, because when you believe in multiple gods, just like in Christianity, the people started to fear that the gods would be angry with what Muhammad was saying. And so those people who were believing in Muhammad and Muhammad himself preaching this new religion were being persecuted and harmed. And so they fled, and they went to a place called Medina. And in Medina, he continues to preach this message of one God, and he gains followers, and they don't throw him out. In fact, Muhammad becomes a political leader in Medina. He then has enough strength to go to Mecca, and he fights and conquers the people in Mecca, and he becomes the ruler there. And while there, he banishes all other gods, all other idols that were being worshipped, and this area becomes now a monotheistic belief system. And so after he dies, just like with Christianity, after Jesus died, the religion could technically have ended there. But it didn't. The people who follow Islam, known as Muslims, did believe in this, continued to read and study the preachings of Muhammad. It really connected the whole Arabian Peninsula. And Islam continued, and Islam is now the second most believed in religion today. Obviously, Christianity, as you learned, is number one. Islam is number two. So then if you go over to page 456, this is where your assignment is going to come in. It's going to start on page 456. But a few things about Islam and the beliefs is that they do not believe that Muhammad was any type of a god or divine. He was just a man. Muhammad believes he was the final prophet of God. But because he is just a man, and Islam really wants to make sure that they are worshiping only one God and nothing else, you actually will not find any images of Muhammad in any of their holy places, any of the mosques. There are no images of Muhammad, okay? Because that place is just to focus and worship on the single God. The other major part of Islam is this belief in the 5 pillars. And this is kind of really the core of their belief and how a Muslim believes that they should live. So here is your assignment. Again, I am going to explain this very clearly on how you complete this assignment. And when I get the questions of, I don't understand what to do on this slide, you always get a response of, watch my video. So, this is the place, if you've been tuning me out, or if you're trying to now find where I talk about how to complete this slide, this is where it's starting, okay? So, your assignment is to look into the 5 pillars of Islam. I'm going to be giving you some sites that you can look at, but also your book, page 456, really through page 459 is going to give you a lot of information to complete this assignment, okay? Now, the other thing I need to say is I am going to be, because I unfortunately have been getting some assignments that have been copied and pasted from other sites. Again, I hope you know that as a teacher, I realize when it's copied and pasted, and you won't be getting a score for that. It will be getting returned to you. But I also found on Google Classrooms a place to click where if you copy from somewhere else, and this book is online too, it's going to tell you and me that you're copying. So please read the information and put it in your own words and understanding, because that's the whole point of this assignment, okay? All right, so you're going to be getting another slide. I know I wish I could do other things other than slides, but we just don't have right now anything to turn worksheets into PDFs. So slide is the easiest way to do that, okay? Gonna turn you around because this is how it goes when I do these. So here is your slide, all right? Okay, there's your slide. 5 pillars of Islam, because there are 5 pillars of Islam. Pillar 1, Pillar 2, Pillar 3, 4, and 5. These are all text boxes that when you click in here, you are going to write the name of the first pillar. You don't have to put it in Arabic. It's fine. It can just be in English what it means, but you must put the name here. Okay, that's why those text boxes are there. And they do go in a specific order. Don't just put a pillar and a name here. There is a specific order. There is a specific pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3, pillar 4, and pillar 5, okay? Then down here you have another text box, and it asks you up here to list 3 facts in your own words, right there. So you know, I'm not going to copy. I'm going to put what I understand in my own words. 3 facts. You can list them. They need to be complete thoughts. Again, if I say I need a little bit more detail, it'll come back to you with me asking for a little bit more detail. Seems pretty easy to me. But I'm still getting a lot of questions of what do I do? You don't have to add any images on this one. This is just a typing out of the pillars, okay? So you're going to read about the pillars. You're going to list the names of the pillars, and you're going to write a few facts about those very important practices that a Muslim does in their lifetime as they worship in Islam. Okay? All right, that's it. Short and sweet, 10 minutes. Not bad. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.